Good afternoon, Naval Academy family. Thanks for dialing in. Vice Admiral Sean Buck, your superintendent at the Academy. I appreciate you taking the time to listen, and I know you all have been eagerly awaiting what we're going to do for Thanksgiving and beyond that for the holiday season. Your midshipmen are very, very eager to see their friends and their loved ones back at home, and I know you all are eager to see your midshipmen come home. This whole COVID situation has been nothing but frustrating for all of us for 9 months. COVID fatigue has definitely set in. But I need you to know and appreciate that I've never wavered off my #1 strategic priority in running the Naval Academy and keeping your midshipmen safe. That's to ensure that every decision is based on the fact that we keep all members of the Naval Academy family safe and healthy, no matter what the action or decision that we make. Everything's been very, very deliberate. Back in July, if I could remind you, our goal was to reform the brigade here in Annapolis in person and accomplish a 16-week academic semester, both for their studies in the classroom as well as their leadership development across all 4 classes. As we have seen in the last couple of weeks across the country in your own hometowns, the COVID numbers are going up. They're in a very, very bad state. Let me tell you what they are here in Annapolis. They're the worst that we've seen yet since COVID broke and came into the States in March. Just last week, we've had an increase. We're now at 8.8% positivity rate, a 3-point increase from last week. We also have had a 32% increase in our case rate, now 198 per 100,000 people. That's not good, ladies and gentlemen, and the trends are trending in the wrong direction. They still continue to increase in all of the counties and all of the surrounding community around the Naval Academy. With this in mind, watching this data, and we watch it every single day, not weekly or monthly, but daily. With that in mind, the leadership here had decided to cancel off-the-yard Liberty out in town last week. And our decision was to have no Liberty off the yard for the rest of the semester. And so with a heavy heart, it's my decision as the superintendent of the Naval Academy to cancel off-the-yard Liberty for Thanksgiving. Now that's a decision that's been informed by our medical docs and by all the senior leaders at the Academy. It's also based on the data that we have from our local neighbors and all of the experts out in town also. So let me remind you, the end goal here is to complete our 16-week semester and send your midshipmen home for a long 4 to 5 week winter break healthy, and make sure that we don't send COVID home to your hometown, into your homes, to your neighbors, and to your families. That's the goal, and that stands behind the decision that I'm making. Additionally, we can't afford to have any visitors on the yard. I know there's a whole bunch of families that have made plans to travel from all parts of the country to come to Annapolis and come to the yard and be with your midshipmen over the Thanksgiving long holiday. Ladies and gentlemen, sponsor families, parents, neighbors here, friends of the Academy that live in Annapolis, I'm going to close down the yard for the holiday weekend to mission essential personnel only. And I implore you to please honor that decision. The same risk exists of you coming onto the yard as us sending midshipmen off the yard into the local community with this current situation. So please adhere to that. We'll put it in writing, but I also have you listening to me right now on this video. Now, as a parent of a naval officer who's currently stationed in the Pacific Northwest, my son is under the same situation. No Liberty out in Washington State, not sure he can travel for either Thanksgiving or Christmas. And I want you to remember, we're going to celebrate Thanksgiving here as a command and as a family, just like we do when we deploy overseas. There are tens of thousands of sailors and Marines deployed forward at the tip of the spear right now that'll be celebrating Thanksgiving to the best of their abilities with their shipmates, their fellow Marines, and in their commands. And they do it well, they do it with pride, and they do it to protect us so as many of us as possible can be home enjoying the holiday weekend. That's the mentality that we're going to have here at the Academy. and we will do it right. We will have a very traditional Thanksgiving meal on Thursday, and we'll also provide the midshipmen a special meal on Sunday. I ask you for your understanding. I appreciate your understanding in this situation. I wish each and every one of you a very, very blessed holiday season, starting with Thanksgiving all the way through New Year's Day. And please do your best to understand the situation here in Annapolis as you're understanding the situation in your own neighborhood. Thank you.